Kings, it's your girl Essentially K. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hello, if you're returning, what's good? Happy Feel Good Friday, y'all. It is another episode, which I believe is episode 2. If I'm wrong, I'll make sure I insert that on the screen, but I believe this is episode 2 of K's Life Hacks, possibly episode 3 of K's Life Hacks. Quick, short, and sweet videos just to help you elevate mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all of those leaves, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any weekly uploads. Without further ado, y'all, let's jump into this topic. All right, so today's K's Life Hacks episode is on how to plan for success. I do have my notes here so that I can just like boom, boom, bam, get straight to it. So my tip number 1 is going to be to keep your space clutter-free. What the freak was that? Keep your space clutter-free. A clear space equals a clear mind, at least to me, y'all, which I might be a little OCD, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm very particular about just keeping my space clean and organized and tidy, because to me personally, if my space is messy, I can't think straight because I feel like my brain is messy, if that makes sense. Comment down below if that makes sense. But even in school, even in elementary school, I was the kid that like never kept stuff on my desk. Like we used to have 2 different types of desks when I was in elementary school. One where you could like lift up the top and just like put stuff inside. When I had those desks, I always had everything like organized, separated, you know, very tidy underneath that. And whatever I had on top of my desk was like a pencil and whatever I'm working on, right? If I wasn't working on everything was away. Or we had the desk where you like slide your stuff in. And even then, all of my stuff was still organized, even in the sliding, and the same concept. Whatever's on top of my desk is what I'm working on. I couldn't have a bunch of stuff on my desk because it would just make me like anxious. And I guess I didn't know what anxiety was at the time, but now that I'm an adult, I can, you know, say that that feeling that I was having was definitely anxiousness, you know? So my tip number 1 is definitely keep your space clutter-free. Try your best to be as tidy as possible. I know that not everybody is naturally like that, but that might be something you got to go out of your way to do better at, because you can just think so much clearer when there's not a bunch of chaos around you, whether it's like your actual living space, your office, or you know, relationships, chaotic relationships, all of that. When I say keep your space clutter-free, I'm not just talking about your physical, actual space in your home, if that makes sense. I'm talking about all of that. Number 2, give yourself breaks throughout your day. Make sure that you're not solely just trying to be productive the entire day without any sort of brain breaks. So what I typically do, I'm not on social media like all day, every day. For the most part, I actually have timers set, and I'll try and include some clips of different things that I'm talking about on my screen. But I set timers for all of my social media apps so that, one, I'm not just scrolling on social media all day. Even though that's not necessarily something I struggle with, I just want to make sure I'm maximizing my time as best as possible. And so I just make sure that I set a timer for each of my social media apps, and it just stays that same timer every day. So a lot of times during my like brain breaks or my like, I just need a second to like kind of stop thinking about stuff that's like so, you know, serious or important, I'll go to social media for a little bit. I might watch a quick YouTube video or something like that, or just listen to some music. This is also my time where I like stop and eat, just kind of decompress in some sort of way. And then I'll jump back into it. And normally when I do that, my brain just feels a little more refreshed and rejuvenated. And I feel like I can keep going, you know, throughout the day for the most part. So always make sure that you are giving yourself small little breaks. Not even saying take an hour in between tasks. Like, no. My recommendation is anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes. By the time I hit 20 minutes, I'm ready to be done for the day. So 5 to 15 minutes, you know, every couple hours, just to give yourself like a little time to just breathe and then jump back in on your to-do list. Plan ahead, but also be willing to adapt. be as forward thinking as you can be. You know, try and think of all scenarios of how things can play out and have a plan in place for, you know, those various scenarios. However, be willing to adapt to change. Be willing to adapt to, you know, scheduling differences, or whether a time is different or a day is different. Just give yourself enough wiggle room to adapt, but try and think things out in advance so that we're being more proactive than reactive. Comment down below if any of these tips were helpful for you. And if they weren't, you can be honest and let me know that as well. And then also let me know down below if these are tips that things that you already do, or if this was like totally new for you and a different way to look at things and a different way to try and plan for success. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any weekly uploads, and I will see you back for the next video.